our devotional number 5. My delight is in the law of the Lord. Today we're going to read Psalms 4, Matthew 4, verse 23 to 25, Matthew 5, verse 1 through 20, Genesis 9, verse 18 through 29, Genesis 10, and Genesis 11, 1 through 9. Let's begin with Psalm 4. Hear me when I call, O God, of my righteousness. You have relieved men in my distress. Have mercy on me and hear my prayer. How long, O you sons of men, will you turn my glory to shame? How long will you love worthlessness and seek falsehood? Selah. But know that the Lord has set apart for himself him who is godly. The Lord will hear me when I call to him. Be angry and do not sin. Meditate within your heart on your bed and be still. Selah. Offer the sacrifices of righteousness and put your trust in the Lord. There are many who say, who will show us any good? Lord, lift up the light of your countenance upon us. You have put gladness in my heart, more than in the season that their grain and wine increased. I will both lie down in peace and sleep. For you alone, O Lord, make me dwell in safety. Now, let's read up Matthew chapter 4. Matthew chapter 4. And we're going to read from verse 23 through 25. Matthew 4:23. And Jesus went about all Galilee, teaching in their synagogues, preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing all kinds of sickness and all kinds of disease among the people. Then his fame went through all Syria, and they brought to him all sick people who were afflicted with various diseases and torments, and those who were demon-possessed, epileptics, and paralytics, and he healed them. Great multitudes followed him from Galilee and from Decapolis, Jerusalem, Judea, and beyond the Jordan. Now let's read Matthew chapter 5. We're going to read from verse 1 through verse 20. Matthew chapter 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up on a mountain, and when he was seated, his disciples came to him. Then he opened his mouth and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when they revile and persecute you and say all kinds of evil against you falsely for my sake. Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven, for so they persecuted the prophets who were before you. You are the salt of the earth, but if that salt loses its flavor, how shall it be seasoned? It is then good for nothing but to be thrown out and trampled under foot by men. You are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hidden, nor they light up a lamp and put it under a basket, but on a lampstand, and it gives light to all who are in the house. Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. Do not think that I came to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For assuredly, I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, one jot or one tittle will by no means pass from the law till it is all fulfilled. Whoever therefore breaks one of the least of these commandments and teaches men so shall be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does and teaches them, he shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. For I say to you that unless your righteousness exceeds the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees, you will by no means enter the kingdom of heaven. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Now let's go to Genesis chapter 9. Genesis chapter 9, and we are going to read from verse 18 through verse 29. Genesis 9 from verse 18. I'm sorry, I'm in Matthew instead of Genesis. Genesis 9 verse 18 through 29. Genesis 9 verse 18. Now the sons of Noah who went out of the ark were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from this the whole earth was populated. And Noah began to be a farmer and planted a vineyard. Then he drank of the wine and was drunk and became uncovered in his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father and told his two brothers outside. But Shem and Japheth took a garment, laid it on both their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. Their faces were turned away, and they did not see their father's nakedness. So Noah awoke from his wine and knew what his younger son had done to him. Then he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants. He shall be to his brethren. Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants. He shall be to his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. May God enlarge Japheth, and may he dwell in the tents of Shem, and may Canaan be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. So all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died. Now let's read Genesis chapter 10. Now this is the genealogy of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons were born to them after the flood, and sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tyrus. The sons of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The sons of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. From this the coastland peoples of the Gentiles were separated into their lands, everyone according to their language, according to their families, into their nations. The sons of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, Canaan. The sons of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sapta, Raama, and Sabteka. And the sons of Raama were Sheba and Dedan. Cush begot Nimrod. He began to be mightily one on the earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And in the beginning of his kingdom was Babel, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh, in the land of Shinar. From the land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth, Kala, and Resen, between Nineveh and Calah. This is the principal city. Mizraim begot Ludim, Anamim, Lehabim, Naphtuhim, Patruzim, Casluhim, from whom came the Philistines, and Caphtorim. Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, the Jebusite, the Amorite, and the Girgashite, the Hivite, the Archite, and the Sinite, the Arvadite, the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. Afterward, the families of the Canaanites were dispersed, and the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon as you go toward Gerar as far as Gaza. Then as you go toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Seboim, as far as Lasha. These were the sons of Ham, according to their families, according to their languages, according to the lands and their nations. And the children were born also to Shem, the father of all the children of Eber, the brother of Japheth, the elder. The sons of Shem were Elam, Asher, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The sons of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Arphaxad begot Selah, and Selah begot Eber. And to Eber were born two sons. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was divided, and his brother's name was Joktan. Joktan begot Almodad, Shalef, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan, and their dwelling place was from Misha, as you go towards Sephar, the mountain of the east. These were the sons of Shem, according to their families, according to their language, in their lands, according to their nations. These were the families of the sons of Noah, according to their generations, in their nations, and from this the nations were divided and on the earth after the flood. Now let's read Genesis 11 from 1 through 9. Genesis 11 from 1 through 9. Now the whole earth had one language and one speech. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. Then they said to one another, Come, let us make bricks, and bake them thoroughly. They had brick for stone, and they had asphalt for mortar. And they said, Come, let us build ourselves a city and a tower whose top is in the heavens. Let us make a name for ourselves, lest we be scattered abroad over the face of the whole earth. But the Lord came down to see the city and the tower which the sons of men had built. And the Lord said, Indeed, the people are one, and they shall all have one language. And this is what they began to do. Now nothing that they propose to do will be withheld from them. Come, let us go down, therefore, let us go down and confuse their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So the Lord scattered them abroad from there over the face of all the earth, and they ceased building the city. Therefore its name is called Babel, because there the Lord confused the language of all the earth, and from there the Lord scattered them abroad over the face of all the earth. Blessed be the name of the Lord. Now let's read from the sermon Investments preached in January 26, 1963 by Brother Branham. From paragraph 95. There we find this rich man till he had so many things, till his barns all burst out, and everything. And he said, Now you see, if I have followed that fanatic, you see where I had been, see? But now I live in glamour, all the women around me, and I've got all these that I want, and I got all the so and so. I'm I'm good at standing with all the priests and rabbis. They all pat me on the back and say, Brother Jones, we're so glad to see. I hope there's no Brother Jones here this morning. But pat him on the back, say, Brother, we're so glad to have you. Oh, all you people, just a minute now. I want to show you. There sits Dr. Levi Levinsky Jones, whatever it is, sitting there over here. He's one of the supporters. He builds us a church. He does this, that, or the other. Sure. Now that's his state there. He's shining like Hollywood. Probably the chorus girls and things around him was marvelous. And he had all that he wanted of this world's pleasure. That is true. And there was a poor in spirit laying out there begging for a few crumbs. Matthew 5 said, Blessed are the poor in spirit. We find Lazarus out there with nothing. What do you think about him? He swept off a few crumbs now and then to feed him. I wonder, yeah. But his payoff finally came. Yeah, he got his payoff. You will too. So will I. And every mortal. I'm closing, Brother Ram says. His payoff come. What did he get? A great funeral service. I can imagine some bachelor with his collar turned around. Holy Father. What's the matter with you Pentecostal people calling these fellows Father? I see it in your magazine. What's the matter with the editor anyhow? Thought you were Pentecostals. Get up here and say Holy Father so-and-so, saying the Bible said call no man Father like that. You got one Father, Jesus Christ. What's the matter? See what I'm telling you? The weeds done got you. You better cut the thing away right now. You better listen to what I'm telling you. You might not want to do it because I'm an ignoramus. But I'm not as ignorant maybe as you think I am. See? I may be. Maybe God has to take something ignorant. By His grace, I see it coming. I see the handwriting on the wall. Straighten up, or you going out. That's a big word for somebody to say. I'm not saying that in myself. I'm inspired to say these, or I wouldn't be saying it. Much as I love men and women, much as I love them. So we have a decision to make. We will get a payoff day. We need to make a decision right now. God bless you. And don't forget to talk to Him in prayer. Till next time, may the Lord be with you.